Nobody saw this coming. While the spotlight was on the stars, the Chargers quietly pulled off another move that's starting to look like pure genius. This is the kind of story that changes games, and seasons. The Chargers' young talent has already been turning heads. Some rookies stepped in and delivered strong performances, proving they belong at this level. But one name is still flying under the radar, and that's what makes this even more exciting. Benjamin St-Juste doesn't get nearly the credit he deserves. On Sunday, he played a massive role in shutting down the Chiefs' passing attack. 14 times the ball came his way in coverage, and not once did he give up a catch. He broke up the only pass truly thrown in his direction and stayed locked in all game long. Physical, calm, confident, he looked like a corner who knows exactly what he's doing. Quick pause right here. If you enjoy real Chargers breakdowns and want deeper insight every week, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. What makes this even better is the story behind it. St-Juste didn't have a flashy preseason. He wasn't trending. When the Chargers signed him from Washington, many people asked, why this guy? A one-year, low-risk deal. No big headlines. Just quiet business. But this is how smart teams win. You draft well, then you find overlooked players who still have something to prove. Big, long, physical corners like this don't just grow on trees. And when they click in the system, they can completely change a defense. This might be another move that looks small now, but feels huge by the end of the season. Stay with me, because this story is just getting started. When he was in Washington, people barely noticed him. The mindset was simple: this guy isn't doing much. Easy to overlook. Easy to forget. But football has a funny way of flipping the script when a player lands in the right place. Once he arrived with the Chargers, the reaction was almost confused. Why bring him in? What's the upside here? And then you start watching closely, and you realize there's something steady about him. Something reliable. He's not flashy, but he gives you snaps you can trust. And in this league, that matters more than people admit. Look at the depth on this defense. Young players stepping up. Late-round picks growing fast. Proven veterans holding their ground. And now you add someone like St-Juste into the mix. That's not just another name on the roster, that's insurance. That's flexibility. And when the season tightens and the pressure rises, depth becomes everything. Now zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. The Chargers are sitting strong at 10-4, right in the wild card race. The Broncos may be ahead right now, but this race is far from over. One slip-up changes everything. A single loss opens the door wide, and there's a head-to-head matchup waiting at the end that could decide the division. This is why these games matter. This is why every signing, every rotation, every quiet move can shift the balance. One team gets hot. One player steps up. And suddenly, the entire playoff picture looks different. The rookies have already shown they belong. The grades back it up. New names keep popping off the screen, proving they're not just filling space, they're building something real. And that's the exciting part. This team isn't just surviving the season. It's setting itself up for something bigger. That's the part people miss. Moments like this don't happen by accident. They're the result of a system actually working the way it's supposed to. Think about it like a chain. The front office has to spot the right player. The coach has to know how to use him. The quarterback sets the tone. And the player still has to go out there and perform. When even one link breaks, the whole thing falls apart. But when every piece clicks, that's when you start to feel something special building. Now, it's just one game. Nobody's crowning anyone yet. But it shows the machine is moving in the right direction. The Chargers have the leadership, the talent, and the trust across the locker room. And when you see that balance, it's hard not to get excited. Look at the playoff picture right now. As things stand, the Chargers are in a first-round matchup with the Steelers. I'll take that every single time. But the bigger opportunity is still right there in front of them. Win out. That's it. Just keep winning. All it takes is one slip from Denver, and suddenly the final week becomes a showdown for the division. Flip that result, and everything changes. A division title. A home playoff game. Maybe even climbing higher than anyone expected. And here's the interesting part. The Broncos feel familiar. A team stacking wins, riding momentum, feeling unstoppable. It reminds me of seasons where everything feels perfect, until it doesn't. Because in this league, the moment you relax, the ground shifts. And that's why this stretch matters more than ever. Here's the fascinating part about this stretch of the season. The Broncos have been winning so consistently that it almost feels unnatural. You start to think, surely, a loss is coming sooner or later. That's just how streaks work. And sometimes, it's better to get that stumble out of the way before the playoffs hit. You'd rather face a setback now than when it really counts. For the Chargers, though, things feel different. They're hitting a rhythm. The left tackle situation is finally stabilizing. The offensive line isn't perfect, but it's holding its own. And the defense? They're playing at a level that's hard to ignore, smart, physical, relentless. That's the secret sauce right now. You mix a steady lineup with rising rookies, a defense that's locked in, and a team that knows how to win, suddenly, the Chargers aren't just surviving. They're dangerous. Benjamin St-Juste. He's living proof that when a player fits in the right system, they can flip a game without anyone noticing at first. This is the kind of stretch that can define a season. The Chargers have the pieces, the energy, and the momentum. Stick around, because what's coming next could change everything.
If you're a true NFL fan and want to stay updated with daily news, trade rumors, and all the latest buzz around the league, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and in-depth coverage so you never miss a single update about your favorite teams and players. And here's the most important part, don't forget to press the bell icon. Loudspeaker, that way, you'll be the first to know whenever we drop a new video. Stay ahead of the game and be part of our growing community of passionate NFL fans.